Hey campers, George here. I'm sitting here in the man cave, working on a project. Got to wait for the leather to dry. What do? You get busy because you think about things. Like this guy from Illinois, Rick. I want to have a closer look at it. Haven't done one of these reviews in a while. Let's check it out. So what I'm talking about is, a couple of days ago I put out a video on a mail call that I got from Illinois Rick. You may have seen it. He sent me a couple of knives and some other stuff, some very cool stuff. And one of the knives he sent me was this guy. It's an old timer. This is the Senior 8 OTY. You know, I was looking at it and showing you it, and I just got that feeling again that I miss these reviews that I do on the old style budget traditional knives. And I got to tell you, this one is pretty cool. It won me over with the yellow handle. That's a must. Oh. Let's look at some specs and whatnot on it. I took it out the box, but I've noticed that they all seem to be coming in this style box. I don't know if this is the old timer box from Schrade or if it's a particular series they're doing. The reason I say that is I've got 1, 2, 3 of them. And now I got 4. And the boxes are all laid out the same. It's a nice box and everything. It gives you all the info you need on it and all that good stuff. But I kind of have some issues. I think they made a boo-boo on this one. If you look here, it says, pen blade, right? We'll get into that some more. But here's the knife here. Look at that. Pretty knife. Love this knife. And, you know I'm a Rough Rider fan. This is very Rough Rider-ish. A little bit more weight to it, a little bit more solid, but certainly on par with them, and maybe even better. I never really said that because I'd never admit to it. But as you can see here, it's a nice knife. I just liked it. And, the yellow handles, I'm a big fan of yellow. I use these knives at work. I'll just get up in the morning and just decide, you know what, I'm going to carry one of these. I always go for the yellow. You can see it anywhere. You put it down somewhere, you work, you put it down. What did I do with my, there it is. The yellow really stands out. Didn't realize that I'm going to open it up for you. I didn't realize it at the time, but this is carbon steel blades. Didn't know that until I actually had a closer look. Here it is here. See that? It's a thing of beauty. It's got a nice badge on it. There's no, little edges sticking out or roughness about it. It's very well made. You can see here it has the brass liners. When you start looking at these budget traditional knives, you're going to see brass liners. You're going to see nickel silver bolsters, and this has jewel bolsters, obviously. And then you'll have your pins. They'll be brass, typically. The steel in that, people say, the steel's no good. For what I use my knives for, they work fine for me. I have no problem with them. And they come sharp. It feels sharp. We'll check it out. But look at that. It's a beautiful knife. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to put it in my hand. Look at that. Fits my hand really well. And you know me, I'm all palm, no fingers. I've got a weird grubby. So to find a knife that actually fits my hand is nice to know. And on the blade here, you can see there, it says old timer, and it gives you a number. I don't know if that's a serial number or anything like that, but on the other side it tells you the model. which is an 8OT. This one's the Y being yellow handled. Not sure what the handle is made of. I looked it up and nobody seems to want to admit to what it is. I thought maybe G10, but it's not. It's probably, I have no idea. I'll look it up and I'll give you the info here when I find it. 3-bladed, obviously. And as I was saying before, we'll go through the blades right now. Main blade is this clip, and it's a California clip, is what I would call it. I'm going to close these other ones down so we can look at it closer. You can see it there. Very long, deep clip on it. Very nice shape. I like it. I like these nail necks. It's kind of sort of modern, but not. The modern ones that tend to go straight through. But this works for me. Bigger car, so it's got the bolsters on there. No movement at all. And these, by the way, do not lock. 90% of traditional knives are slip joints, so be aware of that. It has a 90 and it snaps right back in there. That just tells you right now that the springs on these are pretty good. They're not going to drop out on you or anything like that. Very solid. Back to that clip. California clip is what I would refer to it as, and that comes from the shape. If you look at it, it looks like California. I believe the traditional reason they call this a clip, and it is based on a Turkish clip, which was their, they had those big swords and that. They had that same clip on it. Very interesting. Obviously a metal saver. What can I say? It gives you a really good point. You can see there. So we have a clip. Next to it, anybody know what this is? Okay, look carefully now. I'll show you it. Is this a coping or a sheep's foot? They say it's a sheep's foot. Now, personally, I thought that a sheep's foot was a little bit more rounded and a coping blade sharper point. But hey, that's what I think, and I'm never right. So they say it is a sheep's foot. Now did you see what I just saw? Look at the nail clip. It's different. Look, it's a traditional nail clip. It doesn't have the match strike on it, but look at the nail clip on the clip. Two different styles there. So we have the sheep's foot, we've got the clip and the sheep's foot, and then here, let me get it out. And this is where I beg to differ. Here they say this is a pen blade, okay? And you can see the nail clip is the traditional style. I need to find what I consider a pen blade, but what I'm talking about here, if you look at this, you got it flat, then it comes a definite slope down. This is almost a sharp angle there, not sharp, but a defined angle, okay? And then again, it comes down and then into the curve. That tells me that this is a spay blade, right? On the box, pen blade. So what is it? Let me get a pen. Oh, I went to go and search for one and then I remembered. Sack. Here you go. Pen blade. See that? Historically a pen blade was used to sharpen quills for writing. They would shape the quill and keep it sharp and clean when they dipped the ink and wrote with it. That was the main reason they had a pen blade. I grew up with pen blades, and no, I didn't sharpen quills for it. I'm not that old, but I used it a lot. We used to use it on everything for whittling and stuff like that back in the day. So, that's the only real issue I have. I think they got the box wrong. Nothing wrong with this blade. It'll work. You've got the point you need from the pen. It's just got this is just a different shape. I don't know if that's the new pen blade. When I looked at some descriptions, they say it's a pen blade, and other descriptions said spay. I'm going with spay because I think that that's what it should be. But that's just me. So there you go. Look at this guy. It is a nice knife. I will say that. Let's have a look at some of the dimensions here. We'll look at the length of each blade. Here we got the clip, and doing a visual measurement. The length all the way to the bolster, okay, is 3 inches exactly. The working edge, which means the sharpened edge of the blade, right up here, and it does have a choil on there, which is nice to see, up to the ricasso, okay, and that is going to be 2.5 inch actual working edge. What they say on the box is 2-inch pen blade, 2-inch pen blade, 2.2-inch sheep's foot, and 3-inch clip. So they talk all the way to the bolster. Is it a big deal? Not really. So there's your clip. So you've got 2.5 working edge and a 3-inch clip. It's a nice healthy clip. Here we've got the sheep's foot, okay, and fully open to the bolster, 2 1/4. The working edge, 1 7/8 to the choil there. So, you know, it depends on how you like to measure it. Here we have the pen kind of spay. Okay. Full length, 2 inches exactly. Working edge, about, I'm going to say 1.5 inches. So not a bad. It's a big pen if that's, you know, what it's meant to be. Normally pens are a little bit shorter. So there you have it. Let's see how big it is when you give it its full wingspan. Talking about tip to tip. From the tip of the spay to the tip of the clip. 8 3/4 inches. Wow. It's got some wingspan there. And just closed, it is going to be 3 7/8. Close enough. 3 7/8 closed. Like I said, very nice knife. I like this. And you know, they come sharp from the factory. How sharp? Let's test it. It feels sharp. I don't feel any. Yeah. Oh, look. It probably just needs to be stropped. Why don't we do that quickly? Because why? I have my handy strop right here. So I'm going to give it a quick couple of swipes, just swiping along the edges, see if we can get rid of any of those little. It might just be the curl is still on there, because I'd be surprised if they strop at the factory. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. Much better. Just a little strop does the job, and I would do that on each blade. So yeah, no, that's good. Here we go. Can't complain about that. So there you go. Old timer, the senior. I have issues about that. He sent me a senior knife. Is he trying to tell me something? Kidding. Really appreciate this, Rick. This is a beautiful knife. Thank you. I wonder if it'll whittle. Have I got a piece of wood? Let me find a piece of wood. I got a giant toggle that I've been messing with. You ready? Let's see. Catch. Oh yeah, look at that. Catch him. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was the spay, by the way. Not the way you should use it. Sheep's foot. Works just fine. Look at that. And you can, why I like the traditionals is they're not too big. This is a good size for whittling, I will say that. You can, you can get your thumb on it and then control your blade. This is a hard piece of wood and it's actually cutting in there. So there you go. The old timer, Senior, the 8OT yellow. How much did it cost? I looked it up on Amazon and I went and had a look to see if Smoky Mountain had it. They have the stainless steel version. So there is a stainless steel version. The difference is this says old timer. On their one, it actually says Schrade. So I would prefer this one. How much did it cost? Well, on Amazon, that much. Told you, budget knife. And you can't beat the value of these budget knives. They really are worth every penny. Like I've said, I've never had one fail on me. And the blades work fine. I like the idea of carbon. I'm not really a stainless guy. The only knife I like that is stainless is a sack, because for some reason their steel is solid. It takes forever to get dull. And we all know my sharpening ability, so that's a good thing. You all be safe out there, especially when you're playing with these sharp and shinies. Like I said, they come from the maker pretty sharp. Got to be careful, and it is a slip joint, so don't get silly with it. And it's not a pry bar. So there you go. Look at that. It's very clean. Pretty knife. Beautiful knife. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm getting behind. I'm so far behind, but what do? You keep at it. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. We'll see you again soon.